Welcome to the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Smoke Transport Briefing for Monday, November 24th. Currently, we have quite a bit of prescribed burning occurring across the Great Basin, both up in Idaho, quite a bit in Utah, and a few fires in Nevada. Over the last 7 to 14 days, we've only seen precipitation really over the southern and western areas of the Great Basin that has been anywhere above normal, and areas over southern Nevada and, as you can see, into California and Arizona have been well above normal for the time of year. We've also had some above normal precipitation in parts of southern Utah and western Nevada. Otherwise, any precipitation we've had across Idaho or northern Utah has largely been near or below normal for the time of year. Over the last 72 hours, the precipitation we've seen has been mainly in the southern area, but some lighter showers up north, with some new snowfall only around the periphery of the Great Basin, but really nothing significant. Currently, our snowpack is well below normal over northern areas with the drier conditions we've seen. We have seen some areas in Utah and the higher elevations get near normal for the time of year at times over the last month, but largely is below normal. And then areas over western Nevada and the Sierra are near to just below normal as well. Looking at our satellite image from this morning, we do have a weak system moving across the north, bringing some cloud cover and light showers to parts of Idaho and Wyoming. Otherwise, we will see some gustier winds with this system in Idaho today, and further south, generally sunny skies. So for today, you can see the system moving across the north. Again, this will give us some pretty gusty winds with some wind gusts over 45 to 50 miles per hour across parts of the lower terrain of Idaho. This will keep dispersion very high in the north, and with lighter winds under the ridge or closer to the ridge further south, we will see poor dispersion. So you can see those wind gusts today during the afternoon especially. We will see westerly winds, again, gusting in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range, both in Idaho and over western Wyoming. We'll also see some gustier winds with some west to northwest winds in northern Utah on the lee side of the mountains. Otherwise, mixing heights will remain moderate region-wide. Temperatures today will remain on the cool side up north with highs only in the 30s and 40s. We will see highs generally in the low to mid 50s further south and mid 60s down in the far south. This is generally near normal or a little bit cooler than normal for the time of year. Relative humidity will remain in the 30 to 40% range or higher in most areas. As we move into Tuesday, this system moving across the north will move into the northern plains, replaced by ridging along the west coast, giving us some gusty northwest winds into parts of Idaho or Wyoming, but for the most part, generally on the lighter variety, keeping dispersion on the low side. We will see some moisture spilling across the top of the ridge to give some cloud cover and maybe a few light showers for Idaho, but certainly nothing significant. Transport winds will be quite a bit weaker on Tuesday than they will be today across the region, and mixing heights kind of similarly will go down. Temperatures will also be on the cool side up north and will cool a little bit in northern Utah as the system passes by to the north with some northwest flow. We will see temperatures very similar to today over western and southern Nevada. Otherwise, relative humidity still remaining above 30 to 40% in most areas. As we move into Wednesday, we will continue with this ridge of high pressure, and again, moisture coming across the top of that ridge for Idaho, giving some clouds or very light shower activity. Otherwise, winds on the lighter side with generally poor dispersion. The only areas where we will see some breezy winds on Wednesday will be over western Wyoming. Otherwise, mixing heights will remain low. Looking at temperatures for Wednesday, we will see temperatures improve a few degrees over parts of northern Utah and the north, but still remaining on the cool side. And we will see a little bit of warming over western and southern areas. Otherwise, we'll see some drier air, so we will see some relative humidities drop down into the teens in parts of Nevada and western Utah. Otherwise, other areas remain on the high side. The only precipitation we'll see over the next few days is again with the system today moving across Idaho and then the moisture spilling over the top of the ridge, giving some showers to mainly central Idaho and western Wyoming. This also will mean some new snowfall for the higher elevations as well. As we move into Thursday, we will see generally westerly flow with the trough off the west coast, so still some moisture streaming across the north, mostly in the form of cloud cover, but can rule out some light showers, and then generally light winds. As we go into Friday and the weekend, we will see a developing trough of low pressure along the west coast, dropping south, and this will move into the area by the weekend, giving much colder temperatures to the Great Basin and also better chances of precipitation. So we will see gusty winds with this system as it moves in, so we will see dispersion improve across the region. And this low will remain across the region on Sunday. However, I will say models are struggling with some of the details and are largely variable between different model solutions. So we'll continue to watch this going towards the weekend. So currently for the Thursday through Friday time period, the only showers again will be up north with any of that moisture coming across the top of the ridge or as the lows start to move in. And then as we go into the weekend and the 7-day period, you can see better chances up north. But really, I will say we will be watching Nevada and Utah as these systems move through this weekend. We could see a better chance of precipitation for Nevada and Utah than maybe what this forecast indicates. Again, just with some huge model differences in the track of the systems and the amount of moisture coming through. So something to watch for the weekend, as it could be a wetter scenario than what this looks like, and something to also keep in mind for travel plans. The 8 to 14-day outlook taking us through the first week of December shows cooler and generally wetter conditions, especially across the eastern half of the Great Basin, with near normal conditions over western areas. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Wednesday for the latest updates.